Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good whatever time of day it may be for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Layback Gamer, and I'm bringing a channel content update for Retired Continuing and New series. So this is just for, well, essentially the next few months. By few, I mean, well, my entire school year, which is 8 months. So yeah, this is what's going to be the schedule for uploads. Now, do note that this does not include live stream times, nor does it include any. I don't have any I just got a lot of work, so therefore I'm going to have to reduce the content on this day. That's sort of going to be just as this playing out. But as general, this is how how this structure is going to follow. First, we're going to have a couple of retiring series, and well, the first one's kind of obvious because I just finished it. Starcraft, the first one. I recently finished the final mission of the Brood War campaign, as such, I no longer am going to be playing Starcraft or Starcraft 1 or Starcraft Brood War. I'm going to be taking a break from the Starcraft franchise in general, but I do make a promise that Starcraft 2 will happen in the future. I'll get to that detail once we get to the up-and-coming series / new series that's going to be coming to the channel. We got one more on this list, and it's just Monster Hunter World. Now, it's not fully retired. It's just going to be, a dormant series, just like it has been past few months. And it's going to happen for a while. And because I don't own a PS4, I can't cover Iceborne when it comes out. Otherwise, if that was the case, then this would be in the continuing series, or the new / up-and-coming. We don't get that expansion on PC until 2020, which is very sad, because I wish it would come out sooner, but I do understand they want to make sure that the port over is accurate, although I don't think it should take 5 months to do that. I mean, granted, it did take them a longer time to get the base game over, and shorter time on this, so that's a bit of an improvement, but I don't know, I sort of have mixed feelings about the release date. Anyways, it might get the occasional appearance for one-off events, such as maybe I go on a big monster kill spree and commentate in the background while I do it, edit the video up and then throw it together on the channel, or perhaps maybe there's a cool event that comes on PC and I go ahead and kill it and kill the monster or capture the monster. I don't know, it might come back for those one-off events, but it will be making a return on the release date of Iceborne 2020. So again, it's not an official full retirement, but sort of one that's kind of partially there. After Iceborne is finished, and after I do a mass hunt of essentially every creature in the game, and I'll explain more about that once we get to around that point. Once I finish that, then Monster Hunter World will be going into a full retirement for, maybe not for good, but for a considerable amount of time. Now, let's go to the continuing series. First one should kind of be pretty obvious. It's Elder Scrolls Legends. No major changes are happening. One episode every other day, like it always has been. Nothing's going to change. The time might change, like how long a video is. It might only be one game. Could be 3 games, could be 4, and sometimes it might just be hey, this is a new creature that's coming, or a new card that's coming to the game. I'm going to make a quick review, or a patch note review. Regardless, it's going to be one every other day. Well, unless on the other day there happens to be a card drop or patch notes that I can cover, or card changes as well. I forgot about those. This is the only one that will have the occasional live stream. So occasionally, if I do have the time, I will live stream ESL. Don't worry, I'll let you guys know ahead of time. I'll post a video. It will conform to the schedule that I'm going to have at the very end of this content update. So, yeah, you guys will know. I can guarantee live streams for the new expansions on the day of or within a couple days of the release of said expansion. So the expansion that's supposed to come in the fall time, which we should be hearing news about it honestly any time now. That's gonna have a live stream day, and I'm gonna book out the time to try to get it there, get the time for it there. If I do have to move it to the content to the next day, I'll simply switch it around with something that I have on that day, and we'll get to that. So yeah, Legends not changing. It's the only one that's basically the only one that's staying relatively the same, with little to no changes. The other one that I don't know if this had a change, if this is a change, but Civilization 4: Rise of Mankind is going to 3 episodes a week, if it hasn't already been scheduled as that. It might happen, I kind of forgot if it has been. I have been uploading 3 week past a little bit, so otherwise, if I've always been doing 3 a week, then nothing's changing here. It's going to the series itself is going to last until I beat the game. Just some of that, by the way, Legends is not going to. It's going to continuously go on until people eventually get sick and tired of it. Whereas this one's going to last until I win the game, whichever win condition I end up needing first. So whether it's the domination that I'm trying to go for, like, or domination/conquest, or if say I go for a space race victory, maybe I might even win a cultural victory. That would be a nightmare. Or perhaps I win through the UN, which that one, if it comes to that point, I'm going to attempt to win through the UN, because I am enjoying the game, don't get me wrong, I am. It's just, I do want to put the series to an end so I can start on a couple of brand new ones, and this currently has one of the, I guess, if Legends has a premium time slot of 1 episode every other day, this one has a... I don't know what's the quality under premium. You know, let's say an excellent time slots. I was actually the second in line when I was making my content schedule. Oops, that's not supposed to be there. Please ignore that last point. I must have forgot to delete it. Because what I did was I essentially made the ESL slides and then copied them all down and changed them up. So if the live stream part appears in each of the other ones, just ignore it. The only one it counts for is Legends. So with that being said, PS2 game series is going to 3 episodes a week. I don't know if that was already the case. I think it was 2, but it is going to go to 3 episodes a week. I'm currently, as of today, I'm on the 7th game out of the 16, possibly 17 games that are planned. And I'm going to start recording for that shortly after I finish making this video, as well as getting, or at least getting the content that I would have said missed for yesterday up, and the content that I'll have for today up as well. I might even do tomorrow because I do have work, and I work a bit late. I work to 9 o'clock tomorrow, which, oh, that's going to be fun. So much fun. And it's going to be recorded so that I have content for 8 weeks. Currently, I think I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, so I need another 6 episodes. So currently, Sly 2 Band of Thieves has those, all the episodes are made, the game is finished, I 100%ed it, and I just need to move on to Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal, which is they're gonna have shorter episodes, because it's gonna be 1 planet per episode, with the exception of arena challenges, sewer crystals, vid comics, and island, or operation missions inside that game. Those are going to have their own separate video, with the exception of the first operation mission, because you have to do it in order to beat the planet, like finish the planet. I have no plans to add any more games to the series, but I'm open to have another 1 or 2. Let me know if you think of any really good PS2 games that you'd like to see me cover on the channel. I think I might have... One of the games I might have just the first one of is Kingdom Hearts. If you want to see me play the second Kingdom Hearts, if it's available for PS2, then I can play the second Kingdom Hearts. And a kind of a forgotten series, but No Man's Sky is going to return to having an episode or 2 a week. I'd have to look at the schedule again and just see when I put No Man's Sky, because I sort of made this slideshow and then made the schedule the content update timeline. So these No Man's Skies episodes are going to be either with me, only me in a video, or featuring my friend Zaz, who you've seen a couple of times in some of the previous No Man's Sky videos. And this is going on because there's recently a new expansion. Well, 3 molded into 1. It's still very new to me. I don't quite understand all of it, so I'll be exploring a lot of the new features, as well as some of the older and newer quests. So just because I've covered a quest line on my channel doesn't mean that I'm going to ignore it. I will end up covering it. Some things I will end up skipping ahead for if I know I have covered it. For example, say let's go ahead and say weapon technologist or technician. His mission line. I've already covered that on the channel, so I might skip over that unless there's something brand new. But something as to, well, I actually don't really know of anything new, so if I find something new, I'll preview it. And oops, not quite finished with this. So something I should have added on here is this No Man's Sky is gonna continue on for a while until we run out of new things to do, or until we reach the center of the universe. So yeah, No Man's Sky is going to be around for quite a bit. It does have a cutoff point though, and as I have teased, it's up and coming / new series that are coming to the channel, and I'm going to talk about Starcraft II before I go into anything new. So because currently available in Starcraft II, they're out of the 3 campaigns, Wings of Liberty, Heart of the Swarm, and Legacy of the Void. There are only 2 of them that the legend behind it, I think it's Lord Rage, or I really should have looked him up beforehand. Anyways, him and his team. He's the only one that I happen to know because I've seen him post the updates in his Discord. So him and everybody else were responsible for these co-op campaigns. They currently have the Wings of Liberty out, and they're almost finished with the Heart of the Swarm. They also did in between releasing Heart of the Swarm and Wings of Liberty, they did the prologue to the Protoss campaign. But aside from that, they don't have the Legacy of the Void out yet. Now, I'm going to be making a video for both the single player and the co-op versions of the campaign, and I'll be releasing both versions of the same mission on the same day. First, I need to finish up the co-op versions of the campaign with my friend Dean and a third guy if we need him, or just the 2 of us on our own, where we kind of split the bases. Try to split who has control of the third base, or the third player's stuff. But currently we finished the dig. We've recently finished the dig, and that one took quite a bit of effort. We might have to bring in a third guy for good. However, we have to make sure that they're brought up to speed. So it might take a little bit of time before we get before we finish those missions out. But once I'm finished all of the co-op campaigns, I'm going to be making the single player version and uploading both of them on the same day. I did. Okay, so upload schedule is going to be 2 to 3 episodes a week. Warcraft 3 pending, and that's a little bit of teaser because are we covering in the next one? No, we're actually covering Civilization 4 Caveman Cosmos. Probably should have rearranged the slides a little bit. At one point, I had said I was considering making this into a series, and I'm here to tell you all that this Civilization 4 Caveman to Cosmos is not going to be happening anytime soon. I know this is supposed to be a new / up and coming, and I'm here on the second one immediately flipping the script and saying, yeah, this isn't going to happen. Reason being, it would take me a very, very, very long time to finish the game. I've been playing through it for a few months now, and I'm still only in the medieval age. Or maybe the classic age. I don't know. And at this point, I managed to conquer an entire continent. And have no way of getting to another continent to start conquering them. So, I don't know if you guys would like this to happen right after the Rise of Mankind series, because if you think that series is moving slow, the other one is moving at a snail's pace. It is so slow. And, oh boy. So, yeah, this is not going to happen for a very, very long time. We might be talking years down the line, if it's still even relevant. If this channel is still relevant by that point. So, it might be a thing that never happens, or far, far, far down the line happens. Here's Warcraft 3 Reforged, a series that I'm very excited to play. I've never played Warcraft 3 before, and it's going to include both the Reign of Fire, or Reign of Chaos, the base game, and the expansion, the Frozen Throne. So, yeah, as of today, and of this recording, I looked it up before hopping on and recording this video. It still doesn't have a release date. So, I don't know when the series is going to come to the channel. They said, it's going to release before 2020. And a lot of us are going, when is it going to be released? They said, the only date they said is it will be released before December 31st, 2019. Excuse me for a second there. Getting a bit of a dry throat. So, I don't know when this is coming. But when it does, I'm going to start recording episodes for that. And it'll be 2 to 3 episodes a week. Now, I think I had given it a concrete answer, and I don't think it's 3. I think it's same with Starcraft 2, it'd be 2 episodes a week. Modded RimWorld. You know, that game that I played vanilla a long time. Well, not really vanilla. A couple of mods. Now I got a bunch of mods on it. While technically it's retired right now, I plan on bringing it back, and unlike every other game I mentioned in this list, it is going to be joining the roster of games currently on my channel, starting, well, it actually starts whenever I have RimWorld, or whenever I have RimWorld scheduled in. And it's going to have 2 episodes a week, possibly starting with 1. And it will last either until I manage to get off-world or until the colony's lost. So it could last anywhere from 1 episode to... well, I don't know how far it's going to go. I plan on building my own ship, though, and not going out and going to the ship that you get at the beginning of the game. It is going to be played on a nice, small map, very condensed, so that it doesn't take my computer half a century to load it. And on to something that I promised at the very beginning of this summer, Skyrim Roleplay. I said, I think I can get it up for September. I'm testing out a bunch of mods, and I'm kind of got to backtrack a bit on this. I redid just about everything. So the mods that I'm doing, the order that I'm going to do everything, even the play style that I planned on going as, and the story that I've written for the character. Originally, he was going to take a bit of a like kind of what Arthas had did in Warcraft 3, where he starts out as a really good character. However, his backstory for our character, unlike Arthas, is he came from a line, he was a slave, and he got out of slavery through learning necromancy, and raising skeletons of the dead to try to fight back against his Dark Elf captors. Ever since... Oh, sorry, I thought I was hearing something in the background. I was trying to figure out what it was. Anyway, ever since that day, he's vowed off necromancy and tried to go towards more the either using flame, frost, shock, like the destruction school of destruction, at the occasional restoration, trying to heal others, heal himself. So kind of as a battle mage paladin-esque. And slowly over the course of the game, he would dip back and forth between his necromantic past until eventually completely giving in. And at the crux of when he's just about to like fully turn over, he uses his, because I have a mod called Ordinator, that at the very top of the enchanting perk tree, once and only once, you can make an enchanted item that has 3 different enchantments. And essentially, he would put that onto, I think I had said either a weapon or a mask of some sort. And essentially, he had designed it so that it could end his life. It could, when wielded, it could kill him and release Skyrim from the tyranny that he could possibly bring. And he was doing he went to Skyrim to do all this to see if he could revive the Ebon Heart pack by helping out with the conflicts, making the people trust the Argonians again. He wasn't really trustful to Dark Elves, but he knew that in order to get the pack back together, he would have to put aside the differences, and he ends up subjugating all of Skyrim. And at the very end, there was going to be an epic fight scene between a childhood friend of his who also happened to send him out to this place, and against him, where childhood friend, he would wield the artifact that our character had created and use it to kill him off and ending his tyrannical rule. Kind of like the Warcraft 3, but now I've completely changed the story, and a lot of it's focused around this one mod called Legacy of the Dragonborn. And essentially, it's a big mod that adds in a museum where you can put all sorts of relics. I have a bunch of mods that interact with that, and a bunch that kind of help make it feel very immersive. So, yeah. And it's going to follow him throughout his adventures in Skyrim. He's just really there for the money. He doesn't really change too much throughout there. He does take some losses, undergoes a bit of character development. I'm going to try my best to make it a good kit, to make this a good roleplay experience. However, this is going to be delayed by quite a bit. It was supposed to actually be coming out now. It was the secret project that I had said I was working on for so long. But due to Skyrim's love of crashing every 5 minutes, I need to do a bunch of fixes. I eventually got to a point where it continuously crashed without fail. Every time I reached a spot, or whenever I tried to do something different and go around close to a spot, it would crash, and then I realized it would just crash after a specific amount of time. Like, quite literally 5 minutes after I loaded the game, it would crash no matter what I did. So I gotta do a bunch of fixes. I gotta go pull a few mods off of my list and add some new ones on. Well, pull some off, add a couple of new ones on from the Nexus page, and try to fix that. Once I figure out how to fix it, we're gonna implement it back into the series. I will be making episodes either around my student success week or around Christmas break, depending on if I can fix Skyrim and I have the time to be able to do that. Do I got one more? Yeah, I do have one more for this. So it will, when it does start to come out, it's going to come out as a weekly special. So every Sunday, it's going to have one of these episodes, at least for the time being. I might bump it up to, say, 2 a week if people really like this. But for now, it's just going to come out as a weekly special. Alright, now, for the weekly schedule, which I put about an hour's worth of time into thinking and trying to make as clear as possible. So this is going to require a bit of explanation. Here we go. So, this is the normal schedule that we're going to adhere to for now. And it's this. So, as you can see, I'm just going to move my cursor. On Sunday, it goes by in every other week because of Legends. I wanted to show that, and No Man's Sky also kind of follows this pattern too. So on Sundays, it's going to be Legends and PS2 game. Mondays is going to be a Rise of Mankind and No Man's Sky. Tuesdays it's going to be Legends and another PS2. Well, essentially this is going to carry out the entire week here, with the exception of Saturdays, which is going to have a modded RimWorld gameplay instead of a PS2 series. We got No Man's Sky happening on Mondays and Fridays on one week, and Tuesdays and Thursdays on the other week. The PS2 series are going to happen at the exact same time. Legends is tailored so that it's every other week, and RimWorld is going to just continuously happen on Saturdays. And now we get on to the complete schedule, kind of the master schedule, what I've got for everything after all, assuming that every series gets introduced and everything is still running. So here is the master schedule. As you can see, Legends still adheres to it's the only one that still adheres to the same scheduling. Actually, Rise of Mankind does too. And I'm keeping Rise of Mankind on these dates. This is probably going to be the first series that goes, so that's why it's got 3 videos on those days instead of just 2. No Man's Sky will then be reduced to just Thursdays when the rest of these come out. Starcraft II will be for Tuesdays and Fridays. Warcraft III Reforged will be Saturdays and Mondays. Modded RimWorld will continue to be on Saturdays, but also have Wednesday dates. And Skyrim Roleplay will have Sunday release dates. This looks a little bit confusing, I understand. But I really wasn't sure how to show it in a different way. When Civilization IV Rise of Mankind ends, Tuesdays, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday will go back down to 2 episodes. If we manage to die off in RimWorld, Wednesdays will go to only 1 episode, or one of the games from the series. So will every other Saturday. And when No Man's Sky also eventually dies down, it's gonna phase out. I imagine that No Man's Sky might phase out just in time for Monster Hunter World. So when Monster Hunter World comes back, it is going to be in these Thursday slots. I probably should have tacked that in there. Might also get a Wednesday slot as well. Not 100%. Well, actually, yeah. So assuming all 3 of these go off quickly, Monster Hunter World will get Wednesday and Thursdays. Probably should have added that into there. But yeah. So once again, this is the normal schedule that we're going to adhere to for now. I'm going to continue to go this, continue to keep it along this line, and it will eventually change over into this once Warcraft 3 Reforged comes out. I complete the Starcraft II, which honestly, that's not going to be too hard for me and my friend to do. I mean, if we say play every other night and get 2 to 3 of the co-op campaign done, it's not going to take us that long. It might take us a couple of weeks, but we can get it done pretty easy. And Warcraft 3 Reforged, obviously, once that series is done, which I don't know how long it's going to take with 2 every week. I don't know how many missions are in it. I imagine it's about the same as Starcraft 2, so, or not Starcraft 2, normal Starcraft. So possibly like 15 weeks, maybe. Not 100% sure, but that is the complete schedule for once after I get Starcraft 2 set up, I get Skyrim set up, I get Warcraft 3 set up, and No Man's Sky as well. So I'm just gonna go back to this for now. This is what's going on at the moment. That's what you should probably be concerned with right now if you're looking at what days I'm going to release videos. So today is a Monday, so I'm going to release a Civilization IV Rise of Mankind. Yesterday was the first, so I did a Legends. I'm all covered there. I'm going to release one of the PS2 series today, and I have 1 No Man's Sky episode all made up. I'm going to make another one a bit later this week. Most of my recording days, by the way, are going to be on the weekends when I have have a lot of free time. Gonna be after I do all my homework though, so yeah, I got a lot planned. This might seem a little convoluted and crazy, but I assure you, I'm gonna make this all work out. I'm trying to teach myself to adhere to a schedule, to keep everything flowing on time, and as well as keep myself busy. So, hope this all makes sense, and if this does not, just feel free to ask any questions in the comments section. I'll answer every single one of them. But for now, thank you for tuning into this update. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Definitely check out the other series that I have going on. If you say, I know a lot of people come here for my Legends content. You might like, say, the PS2 series, or maybe my Civ 4 Rise of Mankind. It's technically a strategy game, though not quite the same strategy game as ESL. You might enjoy it. If you think somebody else is going to like one of the series that I currently have going on, or that I'm going to have going on, hey, why don't you give them a recommend, point them to the channel. You can even tell them that they could subscribe if they want to. Or if you're brand new here, hit the subscribe button if you like what you see. That's going to be... I shouldn't have to do another content update schedule until next summer, which is 8 months away. By then, this master schedule is likely to have a few of these games cut off on it. I might do a occasional mini update just to say, alright, this is the schedule as it was before. It's now going to this because we've finished this game, and this game. So, I'm going to go before I confuse more of you guys, and so I can work on editing down my No Man's Sky video. Until the next video, hope this makes sense. Ask any questions if you need to. Until next time, take it easy.